All right, Garrett Johnston here with Jason, Caron, and Jason. It's been quite a year and a half for you.
Yeah, it's been amazing that in the past year and a half I got full status out here on the tour and played well again this year. So I'll have it again next year, and still holding a job down at the Mill River Club as the head golf professional. So it's been a lot, but it's been great. It really has been.
When you rewind the tape back to, you were at this course, you had a good finish, and then, of course, securing it the next week at Simmons Bank, finishing tied for third. I mean, what was that like, to deliver when you really needed it?
Yeah, I had birdied my last 3 holes here last year, and Derek, who caddies for me, it was kind of like a trial week for the two of us, and he did a great job. And I didn't know if really I needed to birdie the last hole, but after the putt went in, he looked at me and said, yeah, you needed that. I said, okay. So then go to the next week, and I mean, to finish tied for third. And then when I got done to score, I signed my scorecard, and they said, hey, listen, the media wants to talk to you because you finished top 36. I said, you talking to me? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, there's no way.
What's the big deal?
Yeah, and they said, no, your points double, and a tie for third gets you blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? I was in shock. I still kind of am in shock, to be honest, because it just didn't make sense. I mean, I had a full-time job, still do, and for me to come out here and I didn't change anything. I guess I just believed in myself, or maybe it was my time. I don't know, but it's been that was I thought that was a pretty nice run, and then this year it's been even better.
Well, how is that for a start to a player-caddy relationship, huh?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I mean, that's the thing. It's like Derek's been such a good person to have on the bag. He's a PGA professional himself, so that kind of helps, and he understands the game, knows how to play the game. Very good player. In fact, he got an exemption this year into the Dick's Open, which was fantastic. So sorry about that. He went up there and played in the event as well.
What was that dynamic like?
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, I finished second, so he didn't like that part, but he still bust my chops a little bit about that week. But no, I think for him, I mean, he's played a PGA Tour event, a Corn Ferry Tour event, and now they gave him that opportunity this year, which was very generous for Dix to do that. And so now he's played in all 3 tour, as a contestant. And there's not many guys that have done that, to be honest, especially as a caddy that's full time out here on the tour.
Well, when you guys are going down the stretch of a big event and it's pressure, you're feeling the pressure, what is it that you expect out of Derek in those moments?
It's really just kind of keeping you calm and one shot at a time. I think one of his best lines is like, hey, we just need one in a row, right? Which meaning like one good shot in a row. So get a good tee ball in play. Now we get to the next shot. We just need one good shot in a row here. So, and that's kind of been my mentality, I think, through this whole 15, 16 months, is that I'm trying to always go back to that, just to say, Jason, if you focus on right now and not think about the big picture, that's when you play your best. I'm more calm out there, and things seem to happen better for me if I do that. I noticed it again last week. I mean, I had a chance to maybe qualify for this World Champions Cup team, and the last round was important to me, and it was kind of not such nice weather, and was able to just tell myself every time, just don't think forward, think about right now, this shot only. And I did a great job with it, and it worked in my favor.
So you made the team?
I did. I made the team. So Captain Jim Furyk sent me a text on Monday, which was amazing, and I'm still glowing, if you will, with that. So really excited to be part of that team, and representing the United States is going to be really a thrill for me.
What did it feel like to get that text, and what did Captain Furyk say?
Obviously it's a thrill. I mean, especially being in my position, I'm playing with these guys that when I played the tour, they were already greats, if you will. Justin Leonard, Stuart Sink, Jerry Calley. So you think about this team, and it's like, man, on Steve Stricker and Steve Flash, I mean, these guys are all veterans of the tour, and then you got Jason, Caron on the team, which is kind of like, wow, where the heck did he come from?
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. So it's been really, to get the text from Jim. I mean, he basically said, hey, listen, congratulations on making the team. You deserve it. You played great this year. We can't wait to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tell Liz, hopefully she can be there for it, because we'll have a great time for the wives as well. So really just super thrilled to be part of this team, and I can't wait.
Well, you've gotten some notes in the past from Jim Furyk. I mean, he's been very thoughtful with you, it seems like, in the past.
Yeah, back when I was a rookie on tour in 2000, I was trying to get a deal with a company, and I didn't know what to do, how to present it. And I happened to play a practice round with him at Doral, and he left a handwritten note in my locker explaining kind of what he thought I should do as a rookie, and I thought that was pretty nice. He probably doesn't even remember that, but it was pretty cool to have someone like that to just take time out of his day just to write me a nice little note like that.
Totally. Well, as you look ahead to the World Champions Cup, I mean, what types of things are you excited about? You've heard about the scoring system, how you've got 3 players playing at one time in a group, and then you get, obviously the winning score gets 2 points, second best score gets 1, and then the worst score gets 0. I mean, you've heard of the different scoring, right?
Yeah, I mean, whoever's going to be my partner, I'm going to ride them like Seabiscuit, as they say. I think it's going to be, listen, I'm going to go out there and try to do my best. Just being around my buddy Brett Quigley, who plays the tour, he played on it last time, and he was saying, listen, it's one of the best experiences you'll have playing golf. I was fortunate enough to be on a United States team with the PGA Cup back in 2019, where we beat the Europeans the last day to take over the points and win the event. So that was really, really cool. But, this event, to play again with these guys, I mean, are you kidding me? This is like a pinch me moment still. It's just going to be a lot of fun just to be around them, learn a lot from them. I've been playing with these guys out here now for the last year and a half or so, but be able to really now play some practice rounds, get their thoughts on what they do, it's just going to elevate my game, I hope, especially as I go into even next year. I like watching. I'm a guy that likes to watch. And I learn that way. I'm better off watching to learn how to do some shots that I learned out here. I was watching Jimenez back last year in Calgary, asked him a couple questions on how he chips the ball, and I incorporated in my game. And it's like, man, some of these little things like that could go a long way. So we'll just continue to, learn as I'm in my 50s now. I'm still going to learn from some of these greats that are going to be on this team.
Well, it's interesting because even as a journalist, if you observe a little bit, then you have some really educated kind of specific questions you can get to, because a lot of these guys, and let's just face it, they're experts at what they do. So for you to kind of go with Jimenez and figure out chipping, the nuance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean. There's a chance I'm playing with, the United States team. Each one of those guys have won majors. They've won, tour championships, all sorts of stuff. And I've won some Met section events and some PGA events, but, to be part of this team, to be able to, really to learn a little bit more on how to play some shots maybe, or thinking a little better, more positive, whatever it's got to be to maybe just get over that hurdle. Because, listen, I've had my chances to win out here. I'd like to continue to have those chances and maybe break through one time, and maybe learning something from these guys will help me do that.
Well, you just mentioned thinking better. As a PGA coach, like, what are some little tangible things we can do to think better?
Again, I think the one shot at a time is huge. I think that our minds race forward so quickly. I'm sure there's times, whoever's watching this, you might have your best round going, and let's just say it is to break 80, and you start counting how many holes you have left to maybe I can make a bogey in a par and then maybe a bogey to break 80, right? Well, that's not how you want to think. You want to think about this shot right now, because why can't you go birdie, birdie, birdie and shoot 72, right? I mean, that's your ultimate goal, is when you can keep your mind from thinking forward, I think, and or reverse, because that's another thing. We hit a bad shot and we want to drag it with us. I do the same thing. I try to throw it away, though. I might look upset for a few minutes, but then I try to tell myself I got to throw it away, and now let's focus on this shot right now. And that's been, it's worked for me quite well over the last year and a half.
Well, in that last year and a half, you mentioned a very tangible example there, but what have you learned about yourself and the way you deal with this stage? You know what I mean? We're talking about Vijay Singh, we're talking about the Hall of Famers, but also your own game, and you were a competitor. Yeah,
I mean, my game can handle playing against these guys. I think I've mentioned this in a bunch of interviews, that back when I was young, I always wanted to play on the PGA Tour, but I never dreamed of, I think, winning on the PGA Tour. So my dream came true of being on the PGA Tour, but then maybe God works in funny ways that, I was supposed to go into the club pro world. I married my wife, Liz. We got children. We got a great job at the Mill River Club. And then he gave me this opportunity, and it's just like, I don't know why it's really happened, because I haven't really changed anything. But now that I've had some success, you grow confidence for sure. And I feel like I've always had a confidence in myself in playing against other competitors in some big events, and I've qualified for some great events. But to be able to do it on this stage, and now I know I can do it, it's even better. I mean, each day it seems like, even if I have a not so great week, I might finish 30th. I'm like, man, that's still pretty darn good, So, and when I play well, I got, maybe a top 10, which is, obviously very exciting.
Who would be the funniest person to have as a caddy from the PGA Tour Champions players?
Oh man, I don't know. There's a
lot of personalities.
Yeah, the caddies have a lot of personalities. Man, TJ, who won last week with Cheka, I like him a lot. He's very calm and collect, and he's always calling me like, "Hey buddy, how you doing?" And so it's just fun. We just have fun like that. But the caddies out here have been great. The players have been unbelievable. So it's a great group of people out here that are representing themselves and the Champions Tour.
Well, but even as you said, the players there, I was saying, if you could pick a player from the PGA Tour Champions to be your caddy for a given week, I mean, there's a lot of goofy personalities and fun personalities.
Well, I mean, I guess you'd have to go with, listen, I'll pick Bernhard Langer. I mean, the guy's won 46 times or whatever it is, so I wouldn't mind having his brain that can spill off some of the things he's done and he's learned over the years to see what that's been all about, But listen, there's so many to choose from. It's crazy.
Last thing, Liz, your wife, how cool is it for her to be a part of this dream and to see you capture some of this now?
Right. Well, I mean, I'll be dead honest. I look at the camera on this one. So she gave me a swing tip in 2019. And it's still working. So if you're looking for a lesson, you might want to call her. But she's been amazing. She she's my biggest supporter with the kids and my family as well. But, she came out last week and she said, listen, every week that I come out, you play great. So, let's have another good week. And then sure enough, I tied for 13th. And she said, that kind of brought my average down a little bit. So I was like, wow, okay, that's not bad then. So, no, she's been amazing. She gets it, though, right? She played the tour for a few years. She was one of the best players in the country, if not the best player in the country for a female when she was younger. So she knows what it's like to be at the top. She knows what it's like to live the tour life. And so she's a great supporter. She understands it, and she just says, hey, keep it going, and let's see where it can go.
Yeah. Well, Jason, thanks for the time, and enjoy the ride here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.